So before the video begins, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the video, Fan to Fan Network. Now what the Fan to Fan Network is a network for you guys, for the fans, giving you unbiased and real analysis and perspective. If you guys are tired of the mainstream media, if you're tired of the same old watered down biased takes, and you want a different perspective, unbiased, uncut, and real, make sure that you guys go ahead and check out the Fan to Fan Network. They're going to be streaming live streams almost every day on Twitch. The link will be down in the description, in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out the Fan to Fan.
Growing up as a kid, all a nigga wanna have was a Burberry scarf and $3 in my pocket. Instead I got beat with a switch, but I don't give a fuck, but it's on my body. Scars all up on me, but I run around from.
So ever since the New England Patriots signed Cam Newton, the question that everybody has been asking and talking about is, does Cam Newton make the New England Patriots a playoff team? And I think he does. Now, the majority of people don't feel that way. A lot of people keep making the argument saying that the Patriots aren't getting the same Cam Newton from 2015, the year he won NFL MVP, took the Panthers to the Super Bowl. A lot of people question his ability to stay healthy. And some people say that Cam Newton doesn't have a good enough team around him to win in New England. Now, I think that all three of those narratives and those arguments are false. Let me clear up the first one. Cam Newton isn't the same Cam Newton from 2015. Well, duh. We know that. The Patriots know that. But the Patriots don't need Cam Newton to be Super Cam. They don't need 2015 MVP Cam Newton. They just need Cam Newton to stay healthy and do what he does best. You see, a lot of people, for some reason, make it seem like Cam Newton is washed up. Now, when Cam Newton is healthy, he's a top 12 quarterback. He is an above average quarterback. In my opinion, throughout the majority of his career, he has always been a top 12, top 11 quarterback in the NFL. The Patriots don't need Cam Newton to be Super Cam. And quite frankly, if you need your quarterback to basically be Superman, that just means that you don't have a good team around him and you don't have a great coaching staff. Now, there are some exceptions to that. You got Russell Wilson, you got Lamar Jackson. That they kind of had to be Superman because of the offensive system that they're in. That's kind of what is required out of them. But a good example of somebody having to be Superman is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson doesn't have a great offensive line. Now he's not going to have DeAndre Hopkins anymore. So, I mean, he is a quarterback who has to be Superman. Cam Newton doesn't have to be Deshaun Watson. Cam Newton just has to stay healthy and do his ass. So, the narrative that people keep saying that Cam Newton isn't the same Cam Newton from 2015, that is true, but the Patriots don't need him to be that. The Patriots have won games with Matt Castle, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jacoby Brissett. They don't need Cam Newton to be a lead quarterback to win. And during the course of NFL history, you don't really need a lead quarterback to make it to the playoffs. It's been several quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls and made it to the playoffs in the past that haven't been all that great. More recently, Mitchell Trubisky back in 2018. And we see what Mitchell Trubisky is now. Look at Blake Bortles in 2017. And one thing about Cam Newton that Cam Newton didn't have in Carolina, he didn't have Bill Belichick. He didn't have the greatest coach in NFL history. The Patriots don't have a bad roster offensively. You got Julian Edelman. You got N'Keal Harris, who should break out. You got Sony Michel, James White in the backfield. And you got a pretty solid offensive line that we didn't really get to see last season because of how banged up they got. So, offensively, in my opinion, this New England Patriots offense is giving Cam Newton a lot more talent compared to what he had to work with in Carolina in 2015. In 2015, Cam Newton's number one wide receiver was Ted Ginn. You mean to tell me that you don't think N'Keal Harry or Julian Edelman is better than Ted Ginn? All he had was Ted Ginn and Greg Olsen. That was it. In New England, he has a better offense. He also has one of the best defenses in the NFL. The New England Patriots, although they did lose Kyle Van Noy, they're still going to have one of the best defenses in the NFL. They should at least have a top 5, top 10 defense, which is going to help Cam out a lot. So the fact that people keep saying that Cam Newton doesn't have a lot of time to work with to get the Patriots to the playoffs, I don't really see that argument. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Because the Patriots have talent. The things that really derailed the Patriots last season was injuries, really. And then the fact that you look at the wide receiver position, you got it, Mohamed Sanu as well, who I forgot to mention. So, I mean, the wide receiving core is way better than what the Carolina Panthers wide receiving core was in 2015. I mean, I can't believe that people don't think that Julian Edelman, N'Keal Harry, or Mohamed Sanu is an upgrade from Ted Ginn. Ted Ginn has played on how many teams? I think I've lost count at this point. He's basically the Ron Fitzpatrick of wide receivers. He's been on almost every single NFL team. So you mean to tell me that you don't think the New England Patriots wide receiving core is better from what the Carolina Panthers wide receiving core was in 2015, the year Cam Newton took them to the Super Bowl? I don't really know what to tell you. Maybe you should go get tested. But I don't know. And then the offensive line is just as good as what Cam Newton had in 2015. So Cam Newton has as good as the team he had in 2015 as he has now. Cam Newton doesn't have to be super Cam to win games in New England. He has a great coaching staff. He has Josh McDaniels, who's going to be able to open the playbook, do RPOs, read options. Something that really plagued Tom Brady last year was how he wasn't mobile. He didn't have a lot of mobility. He could step up in the pocket and extend plays that way. But what happened when the pocket collapsed or when nobody got open? Tom Brady either had to throw the football away or take a sack. Cam Newton doesn't have to do that. If the pocket breaks down or no receivers get open, he can run for 8-10 yards and pick up the first down. He has some athleticism, something that Tom Brady didn't have. Something that came back to haunt Tom Brady last year was his lack of athleticism. So Cam Newton, now on the Patriots roster, allows Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels to modernize their offense to what the rest of the NFL is doing. A lot of people keep saying that Cam Newton isn't going to be able to stay healthy. I don't think the Patriots would have signed Cam Newton if they weren't under the circumstance that he was only 50-60% healthy. I don't think the Patriots would do that. I think the Patriots brought in Cam Newton with the fact that they think he has at least 80% healthy, and they can get him to at least 90-80% health by the time the NFL season kicks off in a few months. The Patriots don't make blind moves out of blind faith and out of desperation. The Patriots make moves when they feel it's best fit. And when you bring in Cam Newton, what do you have to lose? The Patriots don't have anything to lose. They're only paying him like what, a guaranteed of $500K or something like that? And then you have the incentives in the contract? Then you get it, a motivated Cam Newton? If anything, the NFL should be terrified. Cam Newton doesn't have to be Super Cam. You only have to be Super Cam when you don't have that great of a team around you. And when you don't have that great of a coaching staff. That's when you got to be Superman. Look at Deshaun Watson. Houston doesn't have a great defense. They don't have a great offensive line. And they lost DeAndre Hopkins. He's the one who's going to have to be Superman. Cam Newton doesn't have to be Superman with Bill Belichick. He has arguably the greatest coach of all time. Now, I get that the Patriots have the toughest schedule in the NFL. I get that. But the Patriots are still going to win at least 10 games. I don't care how tough their schedule is. Like, this is the New England freaking Patriots. I've never seen a coach who was considered one of the best coaches in the NFL, despite the difficulty of a schedule, miss the playoffs. Look at Mike Tomlin last year for Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin won 8 games with Duck Hodges, who was a 4th-string quarterback to start the season out. If Mike Tomlin can win 8 games with Devlin Duck Hodges, without Juju Smith-Schuster, without James Conner for the majority of the season, and a great defense, I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick can do just the same. And the AFC North isn't all Buffalo. Like, a lot of Buffalo Bills fans are under the impression like they want it. Like, Buffalo Bills fans act like the AFC East runs through them. And it doesn't. The Buffalo Bills haven't proved anything. The Buffalo Bills proved that they can make it to the playoffs, but they didn't beat New England last year. They didn't win the division last year. Buffalo Bills fans that are like having their nuts hanging, have their chest poked out like they already won the division. The season hasn't even started yet. So, I mean, the fact that people are counting out the New England Patriots It's just really surprising to me. I already had the New England Patriots going to the playoffs before Cam Newton got there. Because I have trust in coaching. A lot of people always look at the Patriots roster and they be like, oh, the Patriots don't have that great of a team on paper. But you want to know something that doesn't show on paper? Coaching. Paying attention to details, being more disciplined. That's something that doesn't appear on paper. That's something that people can't predict. Just because the Patriots have the toughest schedule in the NFL doesn't mean they're going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. I still think the Patriots are more than capable of winning 10 games. You got a great coach. You got a more than capable quarterback in Cam Newton. You got a very solid offensive line. You got one of the best defenses in the NFL. So I think that Cam Newton, as the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots, makes them a playoff team. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Make sure that you guys subscribe for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.